Sound working? All right. Okay. Hey guys. First off, massive apologies from me for canceling Thursday's tutorial. I was in no shape on Wednesday night. If you guys had attended my tutorial, you would have known I was I was pretty pale by the time I finished Wednesday night's tutorial. I was supposed to kind of do this kind of mock paper on Thursday. Yeah, it's just been like 2 days of full sleep. So I guess the first thing I really want to kind of mention today is, and I know like some people might be here, they might be wanting, what do I say, a particular topic. And as you guys can see, there's quite a few people online at the moment, so it can get quite hectic trying to do like one topic or even one question. But in saying that, hopefully this document that I've actually set up for you guys, it's pinned on the chat there. I'll probably see if I can put a link on the video in the description somewhere. I might just do that now. Edit. Where is it? Past tutorials. Yep, that's gonna work. Yeah, so I've put that in the description of this video as well, and the past live stream tutorials are there by topic. Now, some people might be like, well, I want to get like, if you want to get achieve merit, whichever it is, guys, I would say pick the topic that you are maybe kind of feel like you need a bit more practice. Then those particular tutorials are catered for that. All right, so you know, there's always going to be like linear, quadratic, exponential questions, and then there's that mixed versions of it. So today what we're going to be doing is we're pretty much going to look at a parallel paper. So what do I mean by parallel paper? So this is a 2018 paper, but like what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some of these questions, change the numbers up, and do some of them. Now, unfortunately, I didn't have time to write all of them down, so probably just have to kind of write it as we write the questions as we do them. And I will have a look out for any kind of like kind of questions on the side. I'll try my best to answer them, but otherwise, you know, it just gets a bit crazy with that many people on at the moment. So as I said to you guys before, if there's any particular things that you guys need help with, then go straight to the go straight to this document, and then you can kind of just all of this will get saved anyway, so you guys can actually watch once the stream finishes. It gets uploaded on YouTube straight away, so you can actually watch it later as well. Gayu, I think I've already done 2022 paper. It's already there, man. Like where is it? So if you look at the full playlist of the very first one, I think it's right at the bottom there. 2022 exam day 2. It is there. I'm not sure. Oh, that's a Walker Maths one. It's 2021 here somewhere. I just didn't move it up. Sorry, guys. So just really should have moved that up. Yeah, I kind of like just do it and then forget about it, and so it is there. 2020 day 1. There we go. 2020 day 2 is there for you guys. So like that playlist is again, that's another playlist for you guys. I might just add it to the to this list here, past exam papers. Is that gonna work? Yep, that works as well. So there we go. So that's all available for you guys. So there's plenty of revision for you guys over the next kind of like how much of a time that you guys actually need. So I think with that in mind, we might as well just get started with yeah, we might as well get started with this questions. All right, so like I said to you guys, we're going to be doing like a parallel paper. So that is where's my pen? So we'll do the 2018 day 1 parallel. So I'll like I said, I'll put a question up and I'll give you guys a couple of minutes to answer, and then after that we'll go through the answer and then kind of figure out yeah, kind of figure out what the what kind of grade it is and so on. Cool, so let's get started. So I mean, we're gonna do like a bunch of achieved merit questions and maybe some excellence questions based on like the word problems. I know people are always like, can you do word problems, can you do word problems, but it's kind of hard coming up with word problems on the spot. So we're just going to try and do all the skills questions, so get that out of the way, and then we'll go through that. Cool. So here's the first question here. So got a rectangle and we're going to put this as 2x minus 3, x plus 1. So find area in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. So I'll give you guys like a couple of minutes just to answer that real quickly, and then we'll go through the answer, and then we'll kind of get on with the next one. Oh, right. So guys, all of your MCATs will be on Tuesday, and then you know some of your guys will be doing the MCAT on a Thursday. But the papers are slightly different, so even if some people are like, oh, can you just remember all the questions and give it to me on a Tuesday, it doesn't work because the questions are completely different. So keep that in mind, all right? So, and sometimes people give you the wrong questions, and like best thing is just yeah, just kind of work through the past papers and then work through those three main skills: linear, quadratic, exponential. And you pretty much just keep practicing. That's all it is. Cool. So let's get the answer out of the way here. Now this question here, and I guess people kind of just need to remember that like area is base times height for the rectangle. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to expand the brackets. One thing that's really important in this case is that you actually simplify the answer, especially the x terms, so particularly this part here. So it's a really useful tip for you guys with the quadratic equations. Anytime you do a quadratic equation, you want to make sure you simplify that middle term. Otherwise, you just don't get the full marks. So in this case, we're going to write this as 2x squared minus x minus 3. So usually, like I know in the past they've been asking questions like, oh, expand this straightforward, but now they've started doing things like find the area, but then really all you're doing is like, you know, doing a quadratic equation. Hi Lord Farquhar from Wellington. Max, I will put the next question up and then I'll try and answer your question if I don't forget it. So the next question, guys, is this one here. This would be a merit question, I believe. So find x if let's do 3x minus 2 equals I'm trying to get through the comments, guys. It's always a bit challenging with this many people on. When are you doing? Yes, check Discord. Congratulations, optimal breaker. That's always nice to get that merit. Happy to help, Benjamin. I think I need a bit more information. Chopel, will you lose marks if you don't show the working of simplifying? I don't know what you mean by, I mean, you can get to the final answer straight away. No, Abdullah, the MCAT is only for September. Micah, there'll be about 15 to 16 questions. Lost questions. Now, look guys, like one thing that I'm going to tell you guys is this, right? Like, you know, it doesn't matter whether you get, like, I'm going to be brutally honest here with you guys, is it doesn't really matter whether you get like a merit or excellence at level 1, because level 1 questions are just like all over the place. But when you get to level 2 and level 3, it's a little bit more kind of, not, I wouldn't say predictable, but it's like there's not many surprising questions apart from the excellence ones. So I would say, like, you know, if you can answer like 2 excellence questions in the MCAT, I think that's pretty much it. And then you might need to get like another merit to get a MCAT. Then all I did was I just did 2x minus 3x, which is negative 1x. No, William, don't worry about it, man. All right, let's do question B, guys, real quickly. So one little tip for you guys, whenever you guys sorry, I was just watching the footy on the side, but it's finished. Put that away. So one thing that I'm going to tell you guys is this: when you're working with exponential numbers, right, so they always give you numbers that are going to work real nicely. And so if you ever see a question like this, then you know that you can actually replace 27 with 3 to the power of something. Okay, and if you have like so say for example you have something like this, 2 to the power of x blah 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 is, I don't know, 32 for example, then you know that 32 could be written as 2 to the power of something. All right, so in this case we know that and if you forget it, just go on the side and just do this. 3 to the power of 1 is 3, 3 squared is 3 times 3, which equals to 9. And then 3 to the power of 3 is 3 times 3 times 3, which equals to 27. So I've got 3x minus 2 equals 3 to the power of 3. And then of course I can just go, well, my 2 powers have to equal each other. So I can say x minus 2 equals to 3, and then x is equal to 3 plus 2. And so x is equal to 5. Now I just want to quickly check, guys, whether this was actually a merit question or an achieved question, because I can't remember it from 2018. Okay, now this one was actually an achieved question. Nah, it's not a merit. I think if you have like extra bits attached to it, then it'll become merit. But this is basically an achieved in 2018. Okay, so next question, we have this one here. Just kind of rushing through all of your just need to put this first to get the right equation, otherwise I always end up doing stupid things. This one. Okay, so next question is one of these types of questions, and these types of questions are always going to come, guys, which is a quadratic with where the a value is actually not equal to 0. William, I was watching the league, mate, so Sadie Bruce, I don't think so. Let me just have a look at what the latest requirements were for this year, for 2022, because I remember they were talking about changing the number of E's and merits that you need for level 1 algebra. Yeah, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name with that 3. It's just the bases are the same in the previous question, so we just ignore the bases. Any advice for level 2 calculus? Well, I don't know. I have nothing at the moment. Practice. I always say this: practice exam papers, man. That's the best way to go. All right. So, with this particular question, when you guys get these kind of quadratics, now I know that people kind of do things differently, right? Like, for example, some people have like these methods that you just kind of go, right, I'm just going to guess and check. Some people can do these cross multiplying things. I've seen a couple of kids do that and I never could actually pick it up. And some people can use the quadratic formula. If you remember the quadratic formula, you can actually use the quadratic formula. If you're comfortable with it, you can use it because you're trying to solve for x. I do it the old-fashioned way, which is like I multiply the outside two numbers and then kind of work it out. But you know, if you understand my method, great. If you don't, find a method that actually works for you. One thing I'll tell you guys is this: when I was at school trying to do these kind of problems, I never followed like any kind of algorithm. I always used to just guess and check, because the way I would do this, and I'm gonna show you guys this guess and check method, right? Because the way I would do it is like I knew that it had two brackets, and I look at this first number here, it's 3. So I know that one of them is going to look like this. All right. The next thing is I've got -3 here. So if it's -3, I could have -3 and +1, or +1 and -3. You see what I'm trying to do? I'm literally trying to guess and check here. Or I could have -1 and +3, or I could have +3 and -1. So it's got to be one of those 4 combinations. And people do things differently. I just don't know. Like, I kind of guess and check at this point. So that's how I would do the whole guess and check method, right? If you're unsure of, I'll leave it up there. But anyway, the way I do it currently is I take these two numbers, multiply them. So I've got -9, and so I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to -9 and add up to +8. All right, and so what I've got here is something that multiplies and adds to +8. So 9 times -1 and 9 plus -1. So with that in mind, what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace 3x squared plus 9x minus x, and I'm going to do, geez, how many beeps do I need? -3 is equal to 0. So one of the key things is that I kind of split this up into 2 parts. Factorize the left-hand side. So I've got 3x as a common factor. So I'm going to get x plus 3. And then on the right-hand side, I've got -1 as a common factor. And I'm going to get x plus 3 equals to 0. So from here, x plus 3 is a common factor. And 3x minus 1 is another common factor. Now the 3x comes from here. The -1 comes from there. So once we do that, we've got x plus 3 is equal to 0, or 3x minus 1 equals to 0. So we've got x is equal to -3, and then 3x is equal to 1, x is equal to 1/3. Suhaila, like I said, there's a past tutorials by topic that's actually pinned. So if you go in there, you're going to see all the old quadratic videos, and I'm done like lots and lots of problems of these. So you can just kind of watch them. Why do you replace the 1 with x? Because if you think about it, there is actually a common factor of 1 here. So that's what I'm doing. I'm actually taking -1 as a common factor there. By the way, this question here, when you factorize it correctly, you will get an achieved. All right, but if you put down both the answers, then you're actually going to get a merit. Sorry, Max, what was your question? You keep seeing that you forgot my question about tables, equations, but I don't know, I missed your question, dude. What's your plan with level 1 after MCAT? We will do tables, equations, and graphs and geometric reasoning. Football team, that would be my good old favorite Arsenal. Is there a live stream tomorrow? Usually, guys, I tend to stay away on the Monday night of before the what do you call it, the exam. But what I'm going to do tomorrow is I'm not really going to run a tutorial tomorrow, but rather see if I can try and put some of those old questions together. All right, so next question here, we're going to do this one here. I kind of need to work this out in my head, so just give me a second. We're gonna get distracted here while I try and work this question out. What do we got? So let's do 3 x. Okay, so if I do that, 2, 7, 2, 14, 7. Okay, so let's do this. Area 7, find x. Alright guys, so here's the next question here. Kind of very similar to the previous one. You've got a triangle and you got to figure out what x is if the area is actually 7. Skulls, I think there's one 2018 question that's like a straightforward excellence question with like without having like a words in it, so yes, we'll do it. But other than that, if you just want to catch up with the old streams, go for it. Ben, 148 is nothing. The highest I had at one point was 892 2 years ago, I think it was. So Max, for tables, equations, and graphs, what I'll do, like there's I'll see if I can do a very similar tutorial sheet like I did for the MCAT. And there is like lots of mini tutorials that will kind of guide you through it. So I do have them on my on one of the playlists. If you go and have a look, it is there. But yeah. The one guy in the comments, you should actually see my views, the way it's been going. Like the last 48 hours has all been NCEA level 1. Can you do a question with crypto? I'm not sure what you mean by that type of question there. Do I teach IB Maths? Choi Suk, I don't. Welcome back, Jashandeep. Sierra, we are going to be doing an inequalities one. It's coming soon because I think it's later in the paper. Jack, I do go through TEG and geometric reasoning later. Yeah, half base times height. It's actually not too bad, this question. I actually gave you guys a pretty easy one. All right, so usually for you guys, a few little formulas that'll be quite handy to remember is like area of a triangle, area of a square, area of rectangle. Trapezium, I've not seen it so much, and also area of circle is pretty good as well, just because they like to bring in pi every now and then as well. So let's kind of go through this question. I did make it a little bit easy for you guys, because I actually put 2x and I should have made it higher, but that's my fault, but that's okay. So we're going to write down our area of a triangle first, which is half times base times height. Then what we've got here is we can actually say 7 is equal to a half multiplied by 2x plus 3 multiplied by x. Okay, so with that in mind, the first thing I want to do is I want to get rid of the 2 to the other side. So this is going to become 7 multiplied by 2 equals 2x plus 3 bracket x. So we've got 14 is equal to, kind of going to expand these brackets, which gives us 2x squared plus 3x, and then 0 is equal to 2x squared plus 3x minus 14. Catherine, sorry, I just had a quick look at your conundrum. Like, look, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like, I read a question to my wife yesterday, because I mean, she's got a degree and she's worked in the field for like, I don't know, 17 years as a scientist, and I gave her one of your MCAT questions, and she just went, what is the question actually asking, you know? And she was so frustrated. She's like, if who I have a degree in biomedical science and I've been working in the field for 17 years and I can't answer this question because I don't actually understand what the question's asking me, how are these kids meant to answer? So I wish I could help you there, Catherine, but most of the time it's just kind of like, I just play around with the questions, like with the numbers. I play around with the numbers. I usually leave the word questions to the last, because I look at the skills questions and I would say to you guys, like, look, just go and do the skills questions, because the skills questions is like, you know what you're supposed to do, right? You just kind of go, oh yeah, so this is a factorizing question, I'm just going to do that quickly. Or this is a solving linear equation, I'm just going to do that quickly. So usually just go hard with the easy questions, and then come back to the word questions. Right, so what science does she do? Well, she did do she did do a bachelor's in cytogenetics, but now she's studying to be a counselor, so she started studying bachelor's of counseling. So there you go. Anyway, let's get on with this question here. So we've got, what do we got? 2 times negative 14 is going to be negative 28, and we're looking for two numbers that multiply to negative 28 and add up to positive 3. So we're going to end up with positive 7 and negative 4, positive 7 and negative 4. Jack, especially with the quadratics, I don't think you need to write every single line, so you can actually kind of skip through. Max, are you talking about tables equations or are you talking about MCAT? Because there are some skills videos there as well. Alright, so anyway guys, what I've done is I've just put the 7x and minus 4x in the middle. Gonna split this up. So I've got 0 equals, in here my common factor is x. So I've got 2x plus 7, and then in here my common factor is minus 2. I've got 2x plus 7. So really important that you guys understand that these two brackets have to be the same, alright? That's how you get a common factor out. So we're going to get 2x plus 7 and x minus 2. So there's my x, there's my minus 2, and here is my two answers. We've got x minus 2 equals 0, so x equals to 2, or 2x plus 7 equals to 0, 2x is equal to minus 7, x is equal to negative 7 over 2. Now, negative 7 over 2, x can't be negative, so you kind of have to mention that, and then you have to say that therefore x is equal to 2. Now this question, guys, if you get the correct answer all the way, and then if you write down that final answer like x can't be negative, that x actually equal to 2, then you'll get an excellence for this question. All right, so keep that in mind, right? And here's a little tip for you guys. When you guys are working with like area questions or like mainly area questions, right, you will end up getting two answers, and surprisingly one answer is always tend to be like one of them tends to be a negative, right? And straight away you've got to kind of recognize that, okay, I can't actually have a negative value for a length, and putting that justification at the end is the difference between you getting an excellence or a merit. Because if you do it up to here, you're looking at a merit, but that final statement, it's going to get you an excellence. I'm sorry guys, I just kind of randomly going through questions at the moment. Sierra, 3 questions. 3 questions correctly answered for achieved in 3 different, like, so they split up the question as question 1, 2, 3. And if you get like 1 correct from each of those, you'll pass. The half goes to the other side, Benjamin, so it actually becomes times 2. Because remember, on the right hand side it's getting divided by 2, and then if you move it to the other side, it actually becomes times 2. Three correct from 1 question. Let me just have a look at this. All right, like, look, while we're at it, we might as well have a look at this so you guys can kind of understand. Let's go to last year's one so you can have a look at it. So this was last year's paper, right? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, here we go. So basically they said that if you, to get like, I don't think you can actually get 3A or higher from either 1A, oh, jeez. I'll tell you what, this is like a code to try and understand this, because they use U, they use R, they use T. So basically U stands for achieved, R stands for merit, and T stands for excellence. And so from what I can tell, for achieved, you need like 1 question correct in each question, or you could get 2 correct in 1 question and 1 in 1 question and 2 in another question, right? But doesn't look like 3 achieved is possible by the looks of it. And for a merit, you could actually, as long as you get 1 M in each question, you'll get a merit. Or you get like 1 M in 1 question and 2 M in another, you get 2 merits. So hopefully that kind of explains it. Now skulls, you can actually get, like I said, you can get like 2 merits and a merit. Could you, how long does it take for the paper to mark? MCAT, usually what happens is like it's marked in-house, so it's like teachers mark it, and then it depends, right? Like, so like some teachers can kind of mark it straight away. Amreen, excellence, I believe you need to get a 2E and a 1M, I believe, and I think they changed it this year, but I'm not sure, so I can't actually I remember reading about it, but I think it's like, I think 2E and 1M is generally an excellence. Okay, so what we're going to do next, guys, we're going to do, let me see if I can pick up another kind of like a good question that's a merit. Okay, here we go. Let's try this one here. This is one of my favorite questions, right? And guys, if you do get this question, you should just do it straight away, because this question is like the easiest, one of the easiest merit questions you're gonna get. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna give you guys a couple of minutes just to have a go at it, but as a merit question, I would say this is probably one of the easiest merit questions you're gonna get. And if you get something similar like this, I would just go straight to that question and just finish it off and just double check if I'm doing it right. So to get an E, you need a total of 6 questions answered. No, Scatter, you can actually get 2E and 1M. So really you're only answering 3 questions, because if you get the excellence questions correct, then you get the highest grade for that question. So imagine it like this, right? So I'm just going to show you guys on the side here. So let's say question 1, question 2, question 3. So there's like 5 questions in each of them, right? So let's say you get you get like, and let's do something like this: achieved, merit. I don't know. Sometimes they have like 2 excellence questions, and they mix it up. So please, this is just a rough estimation. So you might actually say, right, in question 1, you get like 2 merits. In question 2, you get like 2 excellence, and question 3, you get nothing. All right, you get nothing. In that sense, you're still going to get an overall excellence, because you actually got 2 E's and 2 M. So it just means that you've got to get those questions right. Like otherwise you could have actually got all of these questions wrong. Like for example, you get this wrong, get this wrong, get this wrong, but you get these 2 right. That's like 2E, right? So just keep that in mind. So my advice to you guys is, like, don't leave any questions empty, because you'd be amazed at what kind of grades they actually pop up from. Do you have to expand the denominator? No, you don't have to. You don't need to expand the denominator. You just need to put it all together as a single fraction. On the money, LTKM. The highest mark always wins. No, this is a merit question, Cyclex. But for the award of merit, you do not need to have the denominator simplified, but you do need the numerator simplified. Robert, I wish I could answer that question. Unfortunately, I don't know. I mean, we just try and give you guys, I try and work with you guys what I think are like skills that will actually help you guys answer any type of question that comes through. So anyway, let's do this one here. So the way we're going to do this one is we want to have the same denominators, and in here we've got this x minus 1. So I've got to also have x minus 1 in the denominator in this fraction. I've got x plus 2, which means I've got to have x plus 2 here. So remember that if I want to multiply, I've got to do it both in the numerator and the denominator. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. So I've got x plus 2. Guys, make sure you put a bracket around there whenever you're multiplying it, right? And x minus 1. So when I do this, I'm going to get 3 x plus 2 plus 2 x minus 1, and in the denominator I'm going to get x minus 1 and x plus 2. Super based. I don't know what that means, Song. For achieved, correct arrangement for numerator. So you still need to get like something of a numerator. Alright, we'll do that one next, Crypto. I just feel like that's a quick one that we can do, and it's quite handy to do as well. So this question, guys, if you leave it in this part, you actually get an achieved. But if you expand and simplify, so we've got to expand these two, we're going to get 3x plus 6 plus 2x minus 2, all of that over x minus 1, x plus 2. So we've got 5x plus 4 over x minus 1 and x plus 2. That's going to get you a merit. Abhinay, I'm not, like, doing a tutorial in the night before the exam is never a good idea, because it just goes a bit it's like, trust me man, it's like 900 people there, just you can't actually get anything done. Cool. I'm just gonna sidetrack a little bit here because Crypto did put a really good good question, but answering Milo and Skulks, I'm gonna show you guys this. So if you have a look at this, this is the part I want you guys to have a look at. It says, for the award of a merit, correct statement with numerator simplified. Denominator does not need to be expanded. All right, this is something that it's worth knowing, guys. Like, generally speaking, when it comes to working with fractions and like simplifying, you don't need to like factorize denominators. You can actually leave it as it is. Cool. So we are gonna do, does it know? So hopefully I've answered there. Skater there is, but like, I mean, I'm not as active on it as I think I should be. So all right, so this one here, I would probably say this is probably a an excellence question. So I think it was like with y in terms of x, a, and b. I'm sorry to hear that, upward vertigo. Cool, so have a go at this one, guys. Rearrange, so you're gonna actually you're gonna have to have y by itself. Yeah, it is a minus in between, Jack. Let's just zoom that out a little bit. There we go. So you're rearranging to make y by itself. So my final answer should look like this. Do you teach any school? Yeah, I teach at a school. I am a teacher. Namesh, have a look at that pinned comment on my chat, and if you look at the basics, I would say is like you need to do like those top 3 videos on it, and I think you'll be all right. Gio, have a look at the pinned chat message. There's lots of my previous tutorials that I've run on parabola questions. That's there. Okay. Good, guys. Let's actually go through this question here. Now, one of the things that I like, well, what we can do here is we want to have positive y. So I'm going to actually move the y first. And I think this is the beauty of rearranging, right? So rearranging, you can do things like this. So I'm going to go x squared over a squared equals 1. And I'm going to shift the entire thing to the right hand side, which makes it plus y squared over b squared. All right, now, and here's the little trick for you guys. When you have something equals to something, you can just swap it around without having to change the signs. So what do I mean by that? Remember that if I do 3 plus 2 is equal to 5, we know that we can say that 5 is also equal to 3 plus 2 because they're both the same things. Because of, and I don't like to work with like negative on the right hand side, so that's why I made it positive. Then I'm just going to switch everything over but without actually changing any of the signs. So by doing this, now I can get rid of the 1. So I'm going to get y squared over b squared equals x squared over a squared minus 1. Next is I need to get rid of the b squared. So I'm going to get y squared equals b squared multiplied by, put all of this in the bracket, x squared over a squared minus 1. And finally, I can do y is taking out square root. Now remember guys, and I think with rearranging it's really important that you need the plus or minus. Alright, so whenever you take a square root of a number, you're going to get plus or minus square root of b squared times x squared over a squared minus 1. Absolutely, Sierra. You can actually get a merit without even doing a single excellence question, because you just need to answer 3 merit questions. Zongzina, it's not, but all right. Next question, guys. We're going to be doing does x squared become x when rooted? Jack, no. Here's the thing. When you're doing rearranging, you don't need to actually simplify anything. You can actually leave, because the whole point is, like, remember this, right? When they're asking you to rearrange something, the only thing that they really care about is on the left hand side, do you have y by itself? And it has to be positive. So A1267, here's a little trick that you could do. If you had done that, I'm trying to think what your answer would be. So A1261, I'm going to do the way you did it. So you would have done something like this, right? You went x squared over a squared. And I'm going to show you guys a couple of tricks here of how to get rid of that negative from that y. Because you can do this. Minus y squared over b squared equals 1 minus x squared over a squared. Then you can do negative y squared is equal to b squared times 1 minus x squared over a squared. Then you can get rid of the negative, negative 1. You could actually write like this: y squared is equal to b squared 1 minus x squared over a squared, and the whole thing divided by negative 1. And then you could have done y is equal to plus or minus b squared minus 1 minus a squared. Oh man, so many mistakes. It's not pretty, but you still got y on one side. That's the thing that matters the most. All right, so anytime you're doing a rearrangement question, as long as you get positive of that letter on the left hand side, it doesn't matter what happens on the right hand side. You could write it in any format as long as it's correct. So as you guys can see, like, I mean, I don't know if anybody got that answer, but that's just another way of doing this. Look guys, with the word questions, like, honestly, don't remember, like, the word questions generally tend to be like a quadratic or an exponential. You just got to figure out which one it is, and then you kind of work through it. All right. So the next question we're going to do is an exponential inequality, which is this one here. I don't think I've seen this question come back. I mean, it used to come back, but like now they've kind of changed it around, because like people kind of started getting it right all the time. Robert Cutry, if you do simplify it further, you better hope that you got the right answer. But I wouldn't waste my time on it. Good old Fakatani. Sniper Life. Welcome back, man. Welcome back. What are you up to now? Yeah, yes, A1267. If you rearrange and it's a square root, it's always going to be a plus or minus. Oh, thanks, Micah, for the positive encouragement there. All right, so let's do this next question here. All right, so this one, we might as well do it. So let's go. Should I put equals or less? Now let's do this one. It's fine. Graphical methods, man. I remember like 3 years ago I did it all on Desmos. Look, Skater, don't stress. There's always somebody that comes and says stuff like that, but nobody has seen the paper unless, I don't think, yeah, the way it works is like some of the teachers don't even get to see the paper till the morning, so it's very high security, the whole thing. No, Micah, it's different papers. Like Tuesday's paper is different to Thursday's paper. You guys won't need calculators, by the way. Like, is that Pap? Hi, Ben. I would actually agree with Cambini there. If you do need a calculator, you're most likely doing the question wrong. Milo Clay, next year when you actually get the graphics calculator, you won't even need to do that because you get to do it on the graphics calculator and it just does it for you. Hardest exam questions here. I think I'd have to say it's like the investigation questions, because I really hate them. This question, is it a merit? No, this is an excellence question, by the way. But you guys will be surprised at what you get achieved in merit for. So for those of you guys that are like, oh, I don't want to do excellence questions, just doing a little bit of excellence question can actually get you an achieved grade. So keep that in mind, all right? Which is why I keep saying, don't leave any question empty, because you'd be amazed at what kind of grade you can actually get from an excellence question just doing like one line. Like in this question, if you rewrite 16 as 2 to the power of something, you're going to get an achieved. So I think, who was I talking to? Sierra or some of the people were asking, oh man, how am I going to get an achieved? Like, here's an excellence question, and I'm going to show you the first step that you can do to get an achieved. So when you actually have a base here that's 2 and you see 16, you always write this out, man. 2 to the power of 1 is 2. 2 squared is 4. 2 cubed is 8. 2 to the power of 4 is 16. So you're just multiplying 2 again and again and again. So with that in mind, your 16, I'm looking at the 16 here, and I'm going to replace it with 2 to the power of 4. And the moment I do that, here comes your first achieved just from doing this. Recognizing that. Yep, Sierra, you're correct. In this question, do you add the powers? Absolutely. So the next part you're going to do is you're going to add the powers, which means you're going to get 2x minus 2 plus 4 less than 50. So we're going to get 2 to the power of x plus 2 less than 50. And if I'm correct, 3 or more of the procedures of U. So what can you do here? Divides by 8. No, right hand side in index form. Yeah, combines the indices. Right hand side. How can right hand side be index form? Okay, right. Well, we can't do the 51 because look at this. What we can do is like this. So we're going to keep going, right? So we're going to go 2 to the power of 5 is 32. 2 to the power of 6 is 64. So what we need to do is we kind of do this sideways, like this. Is 64 less than 50? No. Is 32 less than 50? Yes. Which means 2 to the power of x plus 2 is, it has to be, the maximum it can be is 2 to the power of 5. Because 2 to the power of 5 is actually 32, which is actually less than 50. So in here, we can kind of work out that x plus 2 is equal to 5, and then x is equal to 3. But here's the thing though, this particular question has a less than symbol. Because it has a less than symbol, you could have 32 less than 50. You could also have 16 less than 50. You could also have 8 is less than 50. So your final answer for x, it can be 3 or anything smaller than 3. So it can be 2, can be 1, can be 0, you know, whatever. So I think getting to this final answer gets you an excellence grade. But anything before that, you're looking at a merit. Like anything along here, you're looking at a merit. PSV, you can actually take a graphics calculator to the end of your exams. So it's only the MCAT that you're not allowed a calculator. Milo Clay, it's basically like the best way to describe it is the arrow is pointing to the smaller number. Aurora, yes, x less than 4 also works. So you could also have this other answer, which is x less than 4. Absolutely. Sniper, he's back, man. I was a mess 2 weeks ago on that Sunday when he went missing. So Lincoln, like basically that 32 less than 50 is saying that, well, you know, 32 is less than 50. 64 is not less than 50. That's what that arrow actually means. Sorry, I'm gonna missed a couple of questions. I saw one there. Yeah, x4 less than 4 works. Why is it x less than 3, not x greater than 3? Bambi, if you put x greater than 3, then that number will become bigger. Like, look at this. If I put x is 4, right? Then I'm going to work from here. So if I put x is 4, I'm going to get 2 to the power of 4 plus 2, which equals to 2 to the power of 6, which is 64. And that's not valid. So I can't actually have x greater than 3. X has to be smaller than 3. Because if I put x equals to 3, I'm going to get 2 to the power of 3 plus 2, which is 2 to the power of 5. And 2 to the power of 5 is actually 32. And this is true, this is false. That's how I know x has to be 3 or under. So why did I switch the equal? So PSV, so it could be less than or equal to 3, or the other answer is actually say that x has to be less than 4. 2 to the power of 5 plus 2 to the power of 4 plus 2 to the power of 1. No, that's not going to work. You can't actually separate. I see what you're trying to do there, but you can't write 50 like that. It's not going to work. It won't work because you how do I say this? Yeah, no, it's you can't separate the 50s. That it has to stay the 50 as it is, Dashil. X less than Rani, yes, X less than 4 works. What's a normal grade? Kimchi, have a look at the parabola questions that I've done in the previous tutorials. You're thinking about when to change signs. You're actually thinking about inequalities for linear equations, all right? I'm gonna see, where is it? I missed so many questions. Sorry, guys. Oh, Bambi and the one guy in comments at it again. Amreen, yes, once I stop the stream, it will get posted straight away. Well, 82167, if it does go the other way, then your final answer will be the other way as well. So seriously, you two guys have been at it like non-stop since the last stream. Yes, Zenfi, yes, we will do a level 2 stream. Alright guys, let's gonna do couple of more questions. Can you have x less than 2 as an answer? No, Tino, you cannot, because I've just shown you that x equals to 3 actually works. Yep. We'll do another question. We're gonna do another merit question here. So, merit question, this one we're gonna do simplify. What are we doing? Is this gonna work? Yeah. Now this question again, guys, I'm putting it up here because it's another merit question, and again, like, you know, doing a couple of things correct in this question, you're gonna walk out with a merit for this question anyway. Just go back and have a look at the previous stuff. You'll be all right. Bye, Rania. Thank you for joining. Sniper life. It's not a bad idea, man. It just sometimes it just gets like overwhelming. Hold up. How do I do this one? Much love, Kimchi. Much love. Okay, I'm gonna sandbox. I'm trying to do your question on the side here. So Sione walks 5 k's from home to the supermarket. So supermarket is here, 5 k's there. Then he cycles back at home at 3 times his average walking speed. So we don't know what t is, but that is 5 over t, because velocity is distance over time. That's his walking speed. He 3 times his average, cycles back home at 3 times the average speed. So then his speed cycling would be 3 times 5 over t. Takes him 100 minutes to do this. K's. My equation is not right. I'll come back to that question. I want to have a look at it again. worries, guys, no worries. All right, let's do this one here. So when you get this merit question here, you know, I have to say this, like, I just want to run a stream tomorrow to actually figure out who the hell the one guy in comments is and who Bambi is, because they've been at it for the last 3-4 streams trying to figure out who they are. That's just crack up. But anyway, having a look at that top equation, we've actually got 4x as a common factor, so we can write that as x plus 5 divided by, we got x squared minus 25, that's x minus 5 and x plus 5. So at this point, cancel out each other, and you're going to end up with 4x x minus 5. Now something like this, like honestly, I just couldn't believe that it popped up as a merit question. Like, look at this. Like, I'm looking at this question right here. So just factorizing it and then just canceling the two x plus 4's. Correct answer is getting you a merit. There we go. So Geo, like I said, like, you know, look, you can actually get excellence without actually trying to answer any of the word questions. So Julie, let me have a look, Julie, because usually I can't import the question. Let me have a look. Yay, thank you RA4141, appreciate it. Sandra's oh wait, I gotta do 2 questions here, but like I'm trying to do this one first with this whole guy Sione's walking question. Kimchi, like I said, like I'll probably do it, but I don't think, I might just do like a couple of questions, like real simple ones. The one about trying to find the average walking speed, I really want to try and do that. I love it, infinity plus 2, it's awesome. Yeah, I'll keep that. Yeah, I know how to add it, Sniper. I just always kind of mess it up and just forget about it, because like when the stream finishes, I just like I think about it and then something happens. Where you got x plus 5? Factorized it, Suhaila. Guys, I'm gonna call it here, because I'm just gonna do this last 2 questions, which was the Sione's question. Walking speed from home to supermarket is 5 Ks. T. It's an inverse question, isn't it? PSV, don't worry about it. Just let people know I'm here. If I do 3 times the speed. Okay, let's say he goes at 1 hour. So let's say that's 60 minutes. So look, I'm struggling with this question here, the Sione question, and I'm kind of trying to show you guys how I think about it, right? Like the way I've written it, it's like it seems too good to be true, but I don't know, just try and work it out. So if he takes 60 minutes, let's say he takes 60 minutes, so 5k per hour. 5k per hour. So if he cycles back, then he's going it at 15k per hour. 15k per hour. It takes 100 minutes. No, 15k per hour would actually give him 15k per hour at 5k would actually give him 20 minutes. So if this takes 100 minutes, Wouldn't it just be inverse of that? 300 minutes? Now I just gotta prove that it's 300 minutes. 3 times the speed. Kimchi, thank you, man. You didn't have to, but appreciate it. I'm still trying to figure. This question, infinity plus 2, was something that was sent to me. Sione is one. See, I'm getting the answer is that Aska, I'm actually getting the answer as if it's 100 minutes to go back, then it's gonna be 3 times that. So my answer is like 300 minutes is what I'm getting, but I'm trying to figure out how to prove it that it's gonna be 300 minutes. The walking speed is then 5k per 300 minutes. 60 divided by 60 divided by 5 is 60 minutes. So I'm getting 1k per hour as his walking speed, which is pretty pathetically slow. No, that's not right. I need to play with that question, guys. Sorry. That Sione's question keeps coming back to me. Nah, Sukneed, I'm gonna call it because I gotta actually go to class tomorrow. So, you know, I still have to go and teach my normal class. Who was it that Julie kept asking me this question about? Sandra's. Oh, jeez. Daniel, thank you. You didn't have to, man. Jeez, appreciate it. That's, guys. Seriously, you know you guys don't need to do this, right? Just learn, man. Don't stress about the super. I mean, I just put it there for the random stuff, but no, Derry, they they don't even listen to me at all. Yeah, I'm having a look at it, Julie, on my side panel here. You got that delightful dressing question. I'm gonna try and do this on the fly, but like I might need to think about it tomorrow, and I'll see if I can do it later. You got 700 mils of dressing and mayonnaise to put in the salads. Dressing is 30% oil. Mayonnaise contains 25% oil. Sandra uses X. Jeez, guys, whoa, thank you. Now, Satvik, I'm gonna do it. I might need some time to think about it. But R8 appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for this. But like just yeah, thank you, appreciate it. I'm still trying to answer this question. Oh Jesus, what the hell are you guys doing? Israeli, thank you. Wow, Jesus, this is just, guys, you know you don't have to do this, man. Like, go buy your parents some flowers or something like that, or buy some chocolates. Sandra uses X mil of, the rest being, give a simplified expression in terms of X for the amount of oil that will be altogether in the mix. I need to think. Sorry, Julie, I need to have a play with this question just to try and understand it. See, guys, look, any kind of word problems you get, like, I usually kind of have to come back to it. That's why I always say do the skill questions first and then come back and do the word questions, like, to try and figure it out. So Julie and then Sione's question, I will I'll try and see if I can talk about it in tomorrow's tutorial, alright? Because just need to try and figure out how to answer it in a way that I can explain it to you guys without trying to confuse you guys. Yeah, so anyway guys, look, I'll leave that with that. For you guys, if you what I will say is, as I mentioned before, have a look at that. If you are trying to do anything later, is have a look at this particular sheet that I've set up for you guys. I didn't have time to put all the questions in there, but I'll try and do something like this for the other papers as well, so that you guys can actually have like one document to access everything rather than going to like multiple places. So I'll see how I'll set it up somehow, don't worry about it, but it will be there. Once I stop the stream, it will get uploaded onto YouTube itself, and then you guys can catch the replay if you need to. Other than that, I will probably leave you guys there, and good luck with your guys' exam on Monday, but I'll probably see you guys tomorrow anyway for a short while. I'll try and do that one, but get some sleep, practice ethnicity, Infinity +2. I'm from India, man. Like, yeah, came here a long time ago. But thank you guys for joining today, and usually I stay for like a couple of minutes, but geez, you guys will just keep talking if I stay there. Every time, William, every time. Oh fuck, can we please, guy in comments, you've got to let Bambi know who you are, man. Yeah, PSV, we'll do one tomorrow. We'll do a quick one so that you guys actually go to sleep. No worries, guys. Hey, look, get some rest, and we will catch up tomorrow. All right, I will catch you guys. What time tomorrow? I'll check with my kid, and if he goes to sleep early, then we can start at 7:30. But mainly, guys, tomorrow it's just like I'll probably be kind of guiding you guys to different questions. Yeah. Where's my outro? Jeez, I haven't actually worked on that at all. Never worked on it. Live schedule this week is going to be all MCATs, leading up to Thursday, I think, or maybe Tuesday night and Thursday. Oh, sorry, yeah, I forgot to put the schedule. I'll see if I can put one later. Cool, that's me checking out, guys. This time I am going. Have a good night, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow at the around 7:30 to 8. All right, and then we'll go. I am in East Auckland, PSV. I teach at Ormiston Junior College. It is East Auckland. See you guys tomorrow.